Thinking of selling your home to move to or around the Omaha area and trying to figure out what steps to take to make the best return on your equity. I'm going to outline 3 crucial steps to sell your home fast, which are mostly free, and ways to make the most of your time and energy in the hopes of maximizing a multiple offer situation, and that's what I'm going to give you answers for today. For the most part, at the time of this recording, sellers don't need too much help getting offers on the table, but we are starting to see the market slow down. So anything that you can do to position your home in a direction that's going to attract the most attention and help the buyer to see that this home is a place where their family can belong. We're going to talk through the 3 Ds of how to prep your home to appeal to the most buyers so that they'll want to put their best foot forward and put their best offer on the table. D number 1 is detach. What is the most important thing that you can remember that will impact how others see your home and then how you will view their offers? Realize you are not selling your home, you are selling a house. Selling a home is likely one of the most emotionally charged transactions that you will ever participate in. And so it's basically like, okay, let me take all of these memories that my family and I have made over the last X number of years and put it in front of everybody, and then they're going to tell me what they think about it, and then they're supposed to give me a price that is going to value all of those memories and all of those years that we spent in that home. But don't worry, no pressure. The goal is to view your house as a product that you're selling. Not only will it make the following steps easier, but it will also make the negotiating process much simpler, and that will make it all the more easy to view offers and to view the process from an objective standpoint. And that's what makes this step the most crucial before you move on. Okay, D number 2 is depersonalize. Okay, do you see how I kind of like set you up for this step? So depersonalizing is exponentially harder if you have not detached yourself from your home. Oh no, I'm sorry. From your house, right? So it becomes much less of a mental hurdle to decide what things need to come down that are personal to you and or your family, and what things are going to just generally be more applicable. A plant in a corner is generally applicable for the most part, unless you're not good at keeping plants, but that's besides the point. However, your giant family photo canvas over the back of the couch, that's not so general. That's pretty personal. So those kinds of things that a buyer's going to be able to walk through your home and picture themselves in that place. And this could even mean maybe it's empty picture frames, or maybe it's just generic artwork. And now again, we go back to what's generic artwork. Basic colors, things that match your color scheme, not things that are going to be kind of distracting from them looking at the home. You want them to be able to walk through and to be able to look at the architectural features and the flooring or the carpet or, or the windows or the lot of natural light or the beautiful kitchen or whatever it is. And that gets kind of difficult when they're too busy looking at, oh, look how cute, the ballerina picture. So you want to help them be able to focus on what it is that they really came there to look at. Some of those more personal things are going to be things that are going to either go with you or not going to pass on to them as the new family coming into the property. And so you don't want to add to those distractions. Most of the time, the things in your house that make it feel the most like your home are the things that are going to just basically draw attention to potential buyers that this isn't their home that they're walking through, but they're just visiting somebody else's house. And that's not what you want. You want them to be able to walk in the door and just immediately begin to picture themselves and their family in the home. Okay, if you've made it this far and you found any of this helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. This way you can get updated when the next video comes out. D number 3 is declutter. Okay, you got past the mental hurdle and the emotional struggle, and now this is the physically taxing piece of moving out of your house. But it's also the step that makes the excitement and just the opportunity feel more real that, hey, you're going to be moving to a new home. That's what makes it feel the most real. It's happening. Here we go. We're putting things in boxes, and you really actually feel like you're moving. So decluttering basically looking around and beginning to pack any things that are taking up spaces that aren't absolutely necessary. So think of decluttering as basically packing up and setting aside anything in the room that is not fitting the most basic use of whatever that room is. So think living room. Okay, you have maybe a couple couches and maybe a rug or like a side table and lamp. And beyond that, most of the things can go. If you can get rid of all the other stuff, that's fantastic. Dining room, you have a chair or, well, no, hopefully you have more than one chair. You have a table and you have several chairs, and maybe you might try and stage it a bit and set the table to kind of give people the idea of, what it would look like, or to set the stage, if you will. This might even include removing some furniture. If you're planning to work with a moving company like Pods or something like that, or there's an opportunity to move furniture even into just the garage, it gives people more of a better picture of the inside of the home at least. And when you're walking into a closet that's really crammed with lots of stuff, or there's a desk that's just covered in papers everywhere, or the bookshelves are completely packed, the linen closet is like super full and it's like bursting and overflowing with towels. When you're living there, and if you have a family of like 6 or 8, or you have guests a lot, you need those things. But the buyers coming in, when they see those things, that's just the opportunity to view it as there's not enough space here. There's not enough space for my things. There's not enough space for their things, clearly. And then it just begins to give like a negative feel of like, well, I don't know if I'm going to fit things here. I don't know what this is going to look like. And starting to look at the home as there must be a storage problem, or there's not going to be enough space for me to put my things. This is definitely something to keep in mind with closets, desk areas, also in your garage space. Like I said, if you need to use it just kind of as like a staging area to get things out of the way in the main part of the house, then that's better than having it elsewhere in the house. But as much as you can, have things away, out of sight, out of mind, so that people can view it as a space where they're picturing their own furniture, they're picturing their own family gathering, or whatever the case might be. Okay, and I wanted to leave you with a bonus one, and the last part being D for delegate. So that detaching part, that's all you. Nobody can do that except you. But those other pieces can be delegated. You can maybe be hiring a house cleaner or a professional organizer or even a painter to come in and kind of bring everything to that base level of like very neutral. Right now it's like different shades of white or really light gray. They're going to be in that widely accepted palette and not something that's going to be so personalized. It's going to take you longer to find that specific buyer that just happens to have exactly the same taste as you. Once you've decided to detach, it enables that neutral third party to come in and help with all of those other pieces. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out this video on how to maximize your curb appeal in order to sell your home fast. I'm Kristi Wampler with Team Locale at Nebraska Realty, and I'm here for your family.